All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down and do a video for you guys and gals. Let me get a sip of my water first. You guys get in here, jump in, give me some likes. What I'm going to do with this, I'm not going to repeat all this information. Anyone who comes and says, what happened? What happened? They go back and watch the start of it again. Long story short, I've never watched anybody's live stream before in my entire life. And I was over checking something. I wanted to see something because people are like, you should debate vegan gains. I went over to his channel to look at his channel. Lo and behold, I saw there's a live stream going. It was like 15 minutes in. So I jumped into it. I'm like, what the heck? I'll watch. And I chimed in. I was very polite. Like I didn't throw any insults. I was very, very nice because I wasn't there trying to start a fight. I figured, what the hell? Let's see what's going on. And he was somewhat cordial at first. People chimed in and then they brought up the topic of politics, right? And they started talking about Trump, and then they're asking me who I voted for. And he jumped in and started saying, Blaha couldn't, if he supports Trump, it's going to hurt him because blah, blah, blah. He started saying because Blaha's on tons of social benefits and Trump is going to be bad for that. He'll lose money. And it's like, what sort of insane claim is that? I understand there are a few tiny fringe trolls who say that. But Richard comes across as a semi-intelligent person capable of rational thought. No intelligent, even remotely non-mentally retarded person would actually think that I'm on social benefits. Like, it's very obvious that I don't qualify. Even if you don't see any of my bank statements, it's blaringly obvious. The whole internet has doxed me. They know where I live. They know there's no Section 8 housing where I live. They know what the cost of living is in my neighborhood. They know what it costs to live where I live. They see my assets on camera. Like, I couldn't get anything if I wanted. I don't qualify for anything. So again, no reasonable person would even draw this conclusion. It's not rational. Only a person who is very dumb would draw that conclusion. Yet he insisted on it as some form of political argument. And my point is, like, why would you even say something that stupid? It's as someone like Richard who holds himself as someone who is capable of intellectual debate. He gets in to debates with people, with actual intellectual evidence-based debates. To even say something so stupid is, quite frankly, I'm surprised. This is literally beneath Richard's intelligence level, which makes me think he's actually stupid. Yeah, go ahead, hit that like button, guys. Give me some love. Give Daddy a like as soon as you guys roll in here. So again, I am shocked that someone as intelligent as Richard is would even draw such a conclusion. It is literally beneath him. Let's see, get rid of these people. So again, I can only draw one of two conclusions. And this is what I would say to Richard. Richard, either you are not even as remotely as intelligent as you claim to be or pretend to be. And I don't think that's the case, but it could be the case. Or you just intentionally just made up lies in the middle of a stream, even though we could have had an actual intelligent discussion about politics. I would have been happy to have an intelligent discussion of politics and these things as rational, intelligent people and our opinions on it. We could have had that conversation, but instead you had to throw in something that is very clearly and obvious. Again, anyone with an average intelligence would realize it's stupid. And yet he went there. So either he is truly dumb or he just intentionally made up a lie just to dodge an actual intelligent discussion that he wanted to bring up. And so essentially, if that's the level that he goes to debate, if I ever do get in a debate with Richard, it means I can just make up crazy, insane, obvious lies and just throw them at him and be like, Richard, you eat dogs. He'd be like, Jason, I'm a vegan. I obviously don't eat dogs. There's no reason. I would be like, no, you voted for Trudeau because you eat dogs. You're a dog. I mean, that would be the level of stupid. It is literally at that intelligence level. But if that's how he debates, then how can he consider himself a rational, reasonable person? So, Richard, I'm just letting you know, since that's fair play, if that's just how you're going to be, I guess in every debate, if we do one, I'm just going to accuse you of eating dogs and lying about being a vegan. You eat dogs. Yep. No. You keep dogs and raise them to eat. I mean, and again, it would sound stupid, but it's at the same level of what you threw out there. It really is. Hey, Atomic, okay, I have no idea why they say that. I am completely 100% oblivious why they even say that or believe it or pretend to believe it. I don't think they actually believe it. I don't understand the original reference. I don't understand how they drew that conclusion. It just seems really random. So let's get over to the other topic. So at least we went there. So everyone who chimes in after, scroll back to the first 5 minutes. If you want to know what happened, I'll be happy to entertain some of it. But let's get into some real discussions. Now, there's 37 of you watching, and there's only 6 likes. I'm going to need you to, right? What do you mean? Why are the super chats aren't showing up? Because no one's sent any yet. All right. No one has sent one. We're 6 minutes in. Dean, if you would like to send one, though, did you? I didn't see it. Let me go to live chat. Do the live chat. Oh, I didn't hit live chat. Yeah, I didn't see one come up, dude. That's a good question, man. They should have gone through. Or yeah, double check it, make sure it went through. That's strange. I noticed I haven't got any of the last couple. I wonder what's up with that. That's a valid point. Let me look and see if there's anything to where they've not been appearing here, but they're coming through somewhere else. No, I don't see any there. Let me look. Any other supers? So no idea. All right. Maybe it'll come through here in a minute. I put it over to the live chat. I don't know, Dean. All right. It's from PayPal. I sent one. Dean, it might be better to just do them through PayPal then. I don't know. Do you have my PayPal? I think you do. So that's really weird. No idea, dude. Because they should have gone through. I haven't got one in a couple days. All right, but back over to the other point, guys. Click that like button for Daddy. There's a whole lot of you commenting. We only have 7 likes. Daddy wants you to click that button. Go ahead. Ring my bell. Also, speaking of that, if you follow my other stuff, follow me on my OnlyFans, follow me on my Facebook, my Instagram. It's happened multiple times. Hey, Dean, how recently? I haven't gotten any in a few days, to be fair. So if there could be something messed up with the system. So I haven't got a single super chat in the last 3 days anywhere. So strange. Is Jasmine? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. All right. What else we have going on here? Hit that like button even if you don't understand the OnlyFans things, right? So where are we at? We discussed the Richard thing, and that would be my message to him. And I would be curious what he would actually respond with. If he would just admit, you know what, I am more intelligent than that, and I should have a real discussion and a debate, which would be fine. I just personally feel that that level of stupid comment is beneath someone of Richard's intelligence. I expect more, and I'm not saying I think Richard's the greatest person or anything, but realistically, he strikes me as too intelligent of a person to have gone there. He just strikes me as that being beneath his level of intelligence, and it's below him. I expect more of Richard. All right, but who has a lower IQ, Vegan Gains or NH? Probably NH. Vegan. I think Vegan Gains is definitely smarter than Frenchie. If I had to pick. Sup, Coach? What's up, Robert? But why are we still not getting those likes? You guys need to click that like button for Daddy. Go on. You know you want to click it. Ring my bell. Last time I did that in the Sexy Voice, I got like 10 of them. There might be new people in here. They don't know how to handle that. Go on. You want to do it. Click that like button for Daddy. Don't make me keep talking sexy, because I will. Is vegan gain smarter than strap-on destiny? Does strap-on destiny strike you as a particularly intelligent person in his discourse, manner of speaking, the things that he says, his level of logic? Does he strike you as an intelligent person? Or is he potentially slightly below average cognitively? I mean, you guys, you got to put on the straps like the old school strongman, the blow up your traps. Oh, hey, Blaha, do you want natural hypertrophy up your ass again? Is that what you want? Exactly. Most fitness influencers have double-digit IQs. That's a fair statement, Joe. The majority of fitness influencers are not particularly intelligent, and it's because they don't necessarily need to be. And it's no offense. I mean, I love the fitness world. I love lifting. But by and large, the community, as far as the people who have the great genetics for it, doesn't always draw the most intellectually capable individuals with the highest cognitive abilities. All right. Yeah, Steve, I just saw your other message. You did not do the super. Yeah, to the Google. Maybe it'll come through later, Steve. Yeah, I just saw your message. I see your thing. Maybe it'll come through here later. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't do that. Yours came through before when you sent them to me. So yeah, but I appreciate you taking the time to shoot me the message of the screenshot. So it looked like it did. No idea. Hey, Tristan, I'm not going to discuss what my Stanford Benet is, because if I do, people will simply accuse me of lying. So how about I just don't discuss it? Other than obviously the answer is yes. Well, it's not obvious. Yes, I have had a Stanford Benet conducted by an actual psychiatrist many years ago. Yes, I do know what it is. No, I'm not going to tell you. Because again, it's one of those cases where people will be like, oh, you're just lying and bragging. So there's no point. Strap-on rack pulls and unconventional lifts there tells everything about his intelligence. Exactly. I mean, unconventional lifts in general are usually used to mask your strength, right? Because you don't want people to see how strong you compare to actual real elite athletes. And there's nothing wrong with that. Most people are never going to be elite athletes, and that's okay. But it is something people do to mask their strength, especially when they grab lifts. It would be much heavier than any traditional lift. You know, I mean, example, partials on any sort of deadlift, high handle trap bars with straps. Come on, guys. There are people who literally do 200 pounds more than that in their deadlift. So there are guys who deadlift 500 who've done 700 on that pull. I mean, that's not, we're not proving anything other than you're trying to hide your strength. Just let it show, dude. Guys, when my strength isn't at its best or I go through different phases, I put it up, man. Tristan, I don't understand your question. Is that of content then? What do you mean? What do you mean? Man, this is a slow chat today given the number of viewers we had, but they're not engaging. Let's get some lively conversation going. Get some lively conversation. Do you think Frenchie is the dumbest of the noble natties? No, I think Strap-on is. I don't know if I'm going to debate being his. If I want to debate him, I want it to be maybe in a live here where I get something out of it. Maybe we do a live together and debate. Go debate in his Discord where he's in control. There can be potential files uploaded to me through his Discord. Like someone I know jumped into one of the stupid stalker Discords of mine and they got hacked just by being in that Discord of people they don't know. So, I mean, am I going to risk that? What's in it for me? We can straight up do a live stream. I can put him in a live and we can do a debate. You know, if he wants to do a debate, or we could go to something like Zoom. I'm not going to go to his Discord. But he wanted to do a Zoom debate or something. Okay, fine. That would be neutral territory. I'd consider it, but we'd have to schedule it. But no, James, you can go listen to the first part. I break down what the thing was. No, I went to his live yesterday. Oh, no, not NH. NH doesn't do live. So how am I supposed to go to a live? I've never seen one. How would I even catch that? He doesn't like 7 months apart. He doesn't even make YouTube content anymore. So if you're talking about Frenchie, I just missed the first part. People with IQs below 80 are deemed to be intellectually disabled, which is sad to think about. It's true. I would consider if NH actually ever did a live and I caught it, I would consider hopping in. Now that I've jumped into Vegan Gains, I see how they work. I've never been in anyone's live stream before. I just do my own. I've literally never even seen one appear. It popped up. I went to check something because someone asked me if I'd debate him, and I went to look at his channel and it showed there was a live in process. I'm like, well, hell, let me just hop in. Let me just see what's going on. I'll be friendly. I'm not going to go be a dick in someone else's live. You know, that's the thing. It's someone else's live stream. I'm not going to go in there and be an ass, because that's just, you're walking into their home pretty much. That's just rude behavior in a man. His latest video is live, but yeah, he's MIA from now on both lives on YouTube pretty much. I'd like to contribute more, but I'm fixing dinner. It's okay, Sir Lonnie. At least click a like. All right, guys, I'm about to just be aggressive with this. Come on, guys. Give Daddy a like. You know you want to hit that like button for me. There's more than 7 of you. There we go. Daddy likes it when you click that like. There's more than 8 of you in here typing now. Click that button. Come on. This is what gets people in here. There we go. Ring my bell. All right. Thanks, guys. We got those going. Yep. Also, there haven't been any OnlyFans in a couple days, man. It's been a few days since anyone joined. Do people not realize I got an OnlyFans? They don't know what's going on. Everyone's been very pleased who got the other pictures. Let's discuss that rumor. That's going to be a whole topic with Vegan Gains. I need to make one. Vegan Gains said that I have a small penis. Vegan Gains said I wouldn't make any money on OnlyFans without showing it. I made a bunch of money without showing it. But now I've got bunches of people talking about how big my dick is. What happened to this other rumor? Again, another lie. People want to call me a liar. That's 3 lies we caught him in. That's multiple lies. He said I wouldn't make money on it. I did. Then he said I had a small penis. Then why is everyone talking about how big it is? Who's seen it? I mean, here's the censored, right? Coach waking up first thing in the morning. I haven't had coffee yet, so I'm all nice and lean. Once I start drinking stuff, we start losing cuts. Once I have that first pot of coffee, man. But you guys see what I mean? I think Vegan Gains are totally sub. I mean, that's what people have to debate. They need Richard to prove that he's more hung than me. That'd be the ultimate fight right there. Vegan BBC versus omnivore BWC. Who wins? Dun, dun, dun. God, that's so gay. He would totally sub to it. All right. Before the record, guys, know I am actually straight. Let me give you my line. I'm strictly taco, no burrito, but $20 is $20, baby. You know what I mean? Do you think fitness should be the priority in everyone's life? It should be a priority in every single person's life. It doesn't necessarily need to be your number one priority, but it should be in your top 3. Okay? I don't care who you are. It should be in your top 3. Because if it's not, then it's going to be in your top priority as you get a little bit older. Right? And it matters to everything. That fitness is going to matter, your ability to even be a parent. People say, well, this is my family. Really? You can tell me your family comes first and you're going to be out of shape and unhealthy and be unable to take care of them and die young? Not be able to pick up your grandchildren? You're going to talk about your family as your priority? I call bullshit. But if your family was your priority, you'd be healthy enough to be able to pick up your grandchildren one day. You would lift weights and not be having heart attacks and cancer. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say, yeah, same thing. Your money's a bigger priority. Okay, except that fitness is now tied to income. Most wealthy people are fit. It's considered a status symbol. Number two, if you're dying of cancer and heart disease and having all these health problems at 50 and it's costing you a fortune out of your money, you see where I'm going with this? No, fitness should be a priority for everybody. Fitness should be a priority for everyone. No, I don't feel like going in there. I don't want to deal with that. I went in there yesterday. I tried to be polite, and then he threw a lie out. I tried to actually be nice because I came in his thing. I said, again, I'm walking into another person's home pretty much. Right? And your PF, I don't know. I can't tell from here, but I don't want to go shopping all the way to people's pages to see if they look juiced or not, Joe. I mean, I guess I can hop over, but now it's distracting away from my chat for people to hop to your thing. But let's see. Go to channel. That's a little hard to say. You look a little juicy, yeah. I mean, again, it's a small picture to tell. But if you were to ask me just yay or nay immediately, with just that quick picture, gear or not, I'm going to go, yeah, dude's probably good. Do rear delt flies also work the upper back? Technically, posterior delts are part of the upper back. Rhomboids are part of the upper back. So yes, but they're not an amazing upper back exercise. Right? You probably need some type of row, really, realistically. Be my advice. How the forearms doing today, guys? How we want to rate the forearms? Are we all right? How are my forearms on a 1 to 10 scale today? In terms of thickness, leanness, vascularity, how we doing? We all know they're hard and vascular like a cock. I got to say that now that I have an OnlyFans. These forearms are thick and vascular just like my dick. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I had to dispel some of that nonsense. There were people running around in my lives for years saying, you got a micro penis, you have a small dick, oh my God. It's like, and I'm just sitting here going, right. Like, why would anybody even think that? Some of these people talked to my ex-girlfriends. I promise you, none of my ex-girlfriends ever in a serious manner ever said or meant that I had a small dick. Because if they did, I would call them out on it in publicly. And be like, really? Is that why I couldn't get it all the way in and you screamed it hurt in certain positions? Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. So let's come back around for another round back in that position and let's get you on camera saying how small it is. Let's put that on OnlyFans. So, that didn't happen. All right. At least you're not saying, oh my God. I mean, well, again, we know NH is a pederast. Look at the thumbnails he made about me with that stuff. Yeah, it was Doggy James. I definitely had an ex who trolls did talk to and got some stuff out of who could not do doggy at all with me. It was completely impossible. Like that happened one time and she's like, nope. All right. And I'm not that big though, guys, but I'm definitely above average. But yeah, with NH, man, I mean, that thumbnails that he made alone about me, the guy is clearly a pederast. Clearly, like it's blaringly obvious. And the same thing, he said that same stuff about those penises. And it's like, whose mind even goes there? Like, what sort of sick, twisted person, if that's where their brain goes when they're talking about one of their own body parts? Right? The thing that he made is just like, dude, your whole audience should have called you at that point on being a pederast. All right. Right at that moment. But yeah, when NH was doing hours of documentary, I'd ignore him and he just kept going. Right. And then you strike back and he ignores me and he hides. Give us a bicep shot. Oh, Mount Bicephus. For sports that require swinging a bat, baseball, cricket, softball, what muscles should be trained in most help? The entire upper body. the entire upper body. Like if you really and truly want to get back power, you need to be building everything, your pecs, your triceps, your lats, right? All that stuff. Everything. Like I wouldn't leave any muscle untrained. Polish are known for big. I don't know if that's true. Yeah, Benjamin, you need to go. You know that that's also not true, right? All right, you get to go in timeout. Again, I did not write that nonsense. Let me also be clear. Let me be clear, just so that people understand, I am not a racist. I'm not interested in racism. I'm not interested in white supremacy or any sort of goofball, silly ass ideology like that. It is not part of my worldview. Done. And again, that's a ridiculous accusation. Well, Jack, I am Czech. I almost put the Z. The Z's are always silent, although they tend to be pronounced as J's and things. Depends on the language gets interesting. Mount Basifius, Coach, have you made peace with that clown? No, I'm not going to make peace with vagina. He's an anime clown. How's the OnlyFans going? It's going along, Lester. I mean, I showed you guys stuff. I mean, it's coming along. You can look at it and see the like count and stuff. I mean, Lester, here, go check it out. If you want to know how it's going, hop over and look. What's he saying about me now? I don't have time. I'm running my own live. Is front delt activation and shoulder presses and incline presses virtually the same? And we could argue about it all day long. Yeah, where's VG? Tell him to hop over here. Robert, he's not someone of enough consequence to even bother to answer the question of who he is. How's that? Coach, thoughts on hack squat, good mornings, or activation and better low back fatigue management? I need you to word the question differently, Chad. I'm not sure that I understand exactly what you were asking me, so I'm not going to be able to give you a clear answer. I no need for Coach to put a banana in his pants. He's already packing. I mean, you guys have all seen it. The straps make the difference. Nearly a totally different workout to limit your gains. You're going to have less forearm. So again, when guys start asking me, Jason, how did you build those forearms? I don't have good forearm genetics. We have older pictures as proof. I do not have good forearm genetics. How did I build these forearms? By almost never using straps. Years and years and years and years of heavy pulling with no straps. So you tell me, would you date a woman taller than you? I'd consider it. I've dated some really tall girls. None of them were actually taller than me. Ken, appreciate the donation. Thank you so much, brother. I wonder why yours came through. All right, Steve, yours didn't come through, but Ken's did. That's weird. Maybe it's the PayPal being an issue. Could be a hang up with PayPal. He says you can have, yeah, but I don't qualify for housing benefits, and there are none in this area. It doesn't work that way. You can't just get that anywhere you want. You can't just walk into any neighborhood with that. There's none of it in my neighborhood. So again, obviously he's just making stuff up. He doesn't know anything about Texas, doesn't know anything about this stuff. It's very clear. And again, there's no reason to think that. My assets alone would disqualify me for most programs. The stuff you see on the camera. So is he saying I don't own any? I mean, just stupidity. Stupidity. My freaking guitars would disqualify me if anyone proved they were mine from most things. Things like SSI, things like food stamps, stuff like that. My guitars. That's like $4,000 of stuff sitting there. Like, you can't have that. The home gym, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I don't qualify for any of those programs. It's, again, stupidity. It is beneath him to even make the claim. How can I increase my grip strength? Throw away your straps. Do you like women with veiny arms? I don't know. is cheating. It's not cheating. You're shortchanging. A guitar is an asset. Yes, I do own a car. You guys already know I own a car. All right, you're stalkers. You already have my license plate number, you silly clowns. All right. You know the value of my car. Is VG on welfare? I have no idea. My girlfriend got fat. How can I politely tell her to get in shape? Talk to her about her health and fitness. Alan, I'm not going to discuss all my tax stuff other than I had a really long call with the IRS the other day. Ooh, I'm working on some different stuff with them. Hold on. Oh, that doesn't say IRS on the thing, so I'll show you. I was in there for 2 hours with them on some stuff on the call. Hey, Robert, I saw the message you removed. Why would you say I've never owned a Prius? I got a bro who owns a Prius. I don't own a Prius. No, he doesn't have it anymore. Did they sting you? No, Tristan, I'm not having issues like that. I'm not being audited. Hey, Jack, I'm not answering questions like this. Why are you not on X or Twitter? It's not monetized. No, I didn't get audited. I'm very careful with my bookkeeping. I push the limits, but I stay within the lowest risk of auditing. It's just that they're screwing me on a lot of stuff. Like my taxes are unfair, to put it mildly, as self-employed. I'm gonna do some negotiating though. You can always negotiate debts. Believe it or not, you'd be shocked what you can do. That's business. But no, I'm not being audited, fortunately. Again, I'm very, very careful with that, with the accounting. The IRS is really targeting, so yeah, they really are. Yep. Said I'm on trial for what? Hey, Ken, that's insane. Yeah, that's literally insane. That would definitely be slander. No, Mike, you're not banned. Yeah, do I need to ban you? Yeah, again, ludicrous claim. Okay, you guys want proof that I have never been into that stuff? My brains aren't all splattered on the wall. Just being straight up. If I had at any point in my life had those type of urges, I would have eaten a bullet already, and I'd mark it as a win. Kill count. All right. Need to sue VG. I don't think he has any money, and he's in Canada. Hey, Jason, why do you think so many younger kids are getting caught up in gear use? Because of the popularity. I mean, it's always been there. I mean, high schoolers were taking steroids 30, 40 years ago, just if you were not aware, or longer. It's always been a thing. But with the amount that's available, the popularity, I mean, it's just going to happen. I don't think he's that broke. He's just not going to have enough to take. I mean, I'm sure he's making decent money on his OnlyFans. He's putting stuff in his butt. He's got to be making something. He has a fan base. Test the mass ratio when trying to kill gyno. The mass needs to be really high to do that. Chad, like, test it no more than a replacement dose. No, I didn't say that. So let's get rid of you too. Yeah, you completely misconstrued that video. Whew. Literally telling 18, 19-year-old guys to stay away from the younger girls. And you're going to turn it into that. Wow. Ridiculous. Keep in mind, that was a super long time ago, too. That was 13 years ago. So let that sink in. People are literally, because I made a video telling a 19-year-old guy that he needs to stay away from the younger girls. Made a video on that and explaining why it needs to be there, why we need age of consent laws, why they're a good thing. To jump to those conclusions is the mindset of a pederast. Like, why would you even jump to that conclusion unless that is where your brain is? So everyone who's saying that, guys, you're outing yourself, because that is not what that video was about. That video was literally on my relationship advice channel telling 18 and 19-year-old guys to stay the hell away from underage girls. Not pursue them. It's like I was telling the guy to break up with her. He needs to break up with her and apologize to her family and hope they don't press charges. I mean, what a weird take. And they're like, yes, pheromones are documented science. We start producing pheromones at puberty. That's how it works. Nothing to do with adult men. Jesus Christ. Like, wow. All right. Thoughts on oral BPC 157, any use or if only injected for hip injury? I don't have a huge knowledge on BPC. I know people who've used it. I only think of it as generally something for injuries, though. And I don't know that it's particularly better than the HGH for that. He's been caught with stuff like that, bookmark. I don't know anything about. I can't jump into saying if he's been caught with stuff like that. I have no idea. I know that I'm not. Let's see. It's not impressive as 570 pound bench. Okay, just stop. Are you really going to ask me how impressive a 570 bench is? Are you talking Are you talking a raw bench press, not wearing an exoskeleton? Ed, any bench press 500 pounds raw is impressive. I don't care how much drugs you're on. I don't care how much you weigh. I don't care if you're 400 pounds and you eat Anadrol for breakfast, a pound of it every morning. A 500 plus raw bench is impressive for anybody. The fact that there's dudes who are under 200 pounds who've now done it is what's insane. No, I mean, I'll do some drama, Dean, but I'm going to stick to more serious stuff. But I'm always going to do a little bit of it. Wow, what a weird thing. What? Yeah, and for a fact, I didn't say that. You guys had to have edited some stuff. Dude, in fact, I don't ban people. I've been trying not to. I'm trying to just take them out of the stream for temporary, but you need to go. Wow. 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 You guys are some sick fucks that you're going to literally edit stuff to say that. You think you have a video of me? No. Wow. Okay, 500 and under 200 pounds is ludicrous. Yeah, it's insane. Do you be genetically gifted to reach it? To 500-pound bench, you have to be a genetic freak. Broderick Chavez claims anyone benching pressing 400 up is 99% on gear. I think that's fair. I agree with his expertise on that. Jason, I go to a really well-equipped commercial gym, and I was able to convince the manager to request a reverse hyper through corporate. It will be here in May. What would you recommend if my tendons hurt all over my body like elbows? I don't know. You need a consultation at this point. Boy, hit me up for a consultation. Hit me up on Facebook, because there's nothing I can answer in a live stream to cover that. You need a lot of help. That's not normal. You need a full breakdown of stuff going on. Yeah, Ken, that's a lie too. Again, complete fabricated troll nonsense based on nothing in reality. That was literally a rumor made up on the Fitness by stalkers back when the Fitness was around. completely fabricated right there by those people. I was at a 185 bench for 5. Boy, you're that guy again. You weigh 154 pounds, bench 185 for 5. This is your 6th name. Jason, Saturday is the idea of March. What would you do? Commemorates. What? What do you do? Who cares? Who cares about Caesar anymore? All right. Unless you're talking about the Caesar from the Planet of the Apes, which was great movies. Also, why are we only at 11 likes? Hit those likes, guys. Come on. Hit that button for Daddy. Give Daddy some more likes. Come on now. Don't make me say it sexier than this, because I will. Come on, hit them likes. If I have 365 bench for a double on bench, should I be able to max out? Not even close. If the second rep is heavy, no. No, Jack, I think some weird losers on the internet. Like that's not even a reasonable accusation. In fact, Jack, to even act like that's a real accusation by anybody, you need to go in timeout. Complete nonsense. Again, understand what you guys are doing. You're literally taking someone who is an outspoken abuse survivor who tries to get people under a barbell to get stronger, to overcome the trauma of their child abuse, and making those sort of crazy accusations with zero, and I'm talking zero evidence. Well, Robert, because they have a sexual fixation on me. Hey, Robert, can we talk about other stuff? Jeez, come on. And they are obsessed with other people too. I'm just their focus for now. People don't do that who aren't obsessed with multiple people. It's not how it works. Jason, what made you decide to get back into dips? I answered that in the actual vlog where I did the dips. So you can't both concurrently know I'd started doing dips again without having heard the video where the dips are being done. Vegan Gains is watching your live right now. Oh no. Jason, would you consider doing current events in bodybuilding again? Maybe, but there's no events. No one sends me anything. You guys know I did all those events because people sent me the stuff of the interesting, juicy stuff. No one sends it. There's nothing happening clearly. Or people would be sending me videos and topics all the time like they used to. I used to get like 5 or 6, 7, 10 a day. I get like 1 a year. So I don't think there's anything actually going on. All right. Yeah, his viewers are trying to get him to come here and challenge you to a debate. I mean, what's he going to debate? I mean, he just makes up silly nonsense already. So he's not interested in truth. He's not interested in an intellectual discussion. Or else he wouldn't be jumping to those other things. He would be talking about things of substance. If he wanted an actual intellectual debate, he would be discussing things of substance, not crazy stalker rumors. Which leads me to believe he is not as intelligent as he pretends to be. And it leads me to believe he's not interested in an intelligent discourse on any of these topics. Because if he wanted to debate me about Trump or something, he could debate me about Trump without making up silly nonsense. Yeah, I in no way said that. All right. So I'm not sure what happened if people have dubbed or changed something with a video to that, but I know for a fact I never said that in any video that I ever made. So, like I know that for an absolute fact because I wouldn't have said that. Because I say some pretty crazy stuff that I admit to. Let's be fair. NH came up with what? I don't even know what all stuff NH came up with versus other people. Robert McGowan. What's the blue hat about? I don't understand the blue hat. Jason, any over-the-counter supplements you recommend for hydration to prevent? Cramping may happen anyways. No, hydration. So salts, potassium, magnesium. So, I mean, if you need some electrolyte powders, in some cases, you might need more sodium. You might be too low in sodium. Probably not, unless you've been sweating a lot in the heat. But at minimum, if you're having a lot of cramping post-workout, I would definitely consider some potassium salts, some magnesium. And these are cheap things. Like this is stuff you can get really cheap bulk on, like Amazon. They shouldn't cost you a fortune. Like sometimes a kilogram of some of those is like $20. Jason, do you think saunas have real benefits? Yeah, they're heat. I think heat in general can be beneficial for recovery. Again, could we debate the evidence? Sure. I'm not 100% sure, Joe. Probably 16 and a half ballpark. But in general, heat tends to be beneficial to recovery, improve blood flow and other stuff. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Improve blood flow. Hot baths, Epsom salt baths, all those things. Also, anything that helps you relax. Alex Rosin's had my address a long time. He's already done a flyer drop out here, and the police are aware of it. Ice baths, no, ice baths absolutely negatively impact that. It's been proven. Yorkie, ice baths are counterproductive to muscle growth. That's not even debated anymore. I told you guys that years ago before the research, and then the meta-analysis said the same thing. It's common sense. Think of basic biology. Okay, I didn't know it was a joke. But be careful because people believe that people are going to take it serious. Right? So think about those things when you say that. Just keep that in mind, Yorkie. It's the internet and typing. People are going to take that as serious advice. So always be aware of that when you are giving advice on that stuff. Look at Fast Fletch, seeing if he's unblocked. See his little test? All right, watch this. Don't act like I don't remember that name. All right. I'm trying not to ban. I'm trying to just put people in timeout because I want to give people the ability to comment, but I don't want them disrupting my live streams with nonsense. Yeah, especially when there's all these influencers promoting it. Yep. Advanced lifters training 3x3 on deadlifts. How many wrestlers? Ooh. I'd leave a rep in the tank. Where's Adam McCluck? I don't know. He hasn't been in here in a couple days, has he? I've seen him in a few days. There's so many fads in the fitness industry yet, pretty much. I mean, speaking of electrolytes, I've got potassium in here, So I add potassium to my water jug. Again, keeping that potassium to sodium ratio high. I mean, it's always tell people that if you want to watch your blood pressure to some extent, the things to think about are sometimes like your saturated fat intake. Not so much seemingly from dairy, but definitely from certain meats. You got to be careful with too much saturated fat. Refined sugars, sodium to potassium ratio, your body fat, your cardiovascular conditioning. So those are the things that you look at. And we have to care about blood pressure. There's not that, I mean, Yorkie in theory, but you'd have to eat a lot of them. But definitely always consider your sodium to potassium ratio if you're prone to high blood pressure. Alan, I have no idea. I'll probably never retire completely. I'm always going to have some type of business. I just don't see myself as ever retiring, even if I won the lottery or inherit money. I'm going to have some type of business. It's just something I need personally. Not to become complacent. Do you ever consider, I don't know, maybe one day? He claims, I'm not going to. Hey, Ken, that needs to, never mind. There is no such person. Just leave it there. As far as dating, I am not dating anybody. I am single. So. Atomic, there is no such person. Okay, so why are you guys asking stuff like that? Atomic, I'm starting to think you're a troll. All right. Jason, I think retiring young is a mistake. I wanted to do it before 40. I think it would be huge. It can be, yeah. Could deadlifts help my low back? They'll help it get it stronger, yes. Do you play poker? I haven't played poker in a really, really long time. I used to play poker. Low stakes poker for small money, you know. I think my low back is to then strengthen your low back. Strengthen your hamstrings and strengthen your low back. Get on it. What's stopping you? Train them. Why aren't you training your low back? Then get access to other equipment. What do you mean running from Vegan Gains? What am I running from? I literally walked into his stream yesterday to say hello. All right. Hey, Atomic. Yeah, in general, the troll questions, if you just don't ask them, because you have a really bad habit of doing that while pretending to not be a troll. Of every time trolls like type stuff, you jump in and go, who's that? What are they talking about? And then you repeat it. I mean, that kind of makes you a troll. All right. That's not the real Johnny Bravo. Let me go to the channel. No, it's definitely not the real Johnny Bravo, because the real Johnny would have contacted me. He knows how to reach me. Sex Kitty, no, you need to strengthen your low back and keep squatting. All right. Sex Kitty, you need a consultation. Hit me up. Consultations are $100. What's up, bras? What's going on? Ultra testosterone. Yeah. No, I'm not answering your low back questions here. Those are consultation level. I'm not going to discuss it further with you. You need to contact me and set up a call and go into detail. What's the difference between alternating curls and doing both at the same time? You can focus on one arm a little bit more. Vegan Gain needs to get back on some roids, bro, and hit up some meat. His tendons are too weak to lift anything. He can barely bench it. Yeah, I agree. At this point, he definitely needs to be on a little test in HGH. He could use some of that OnlyFans money to do that, get those tendons stronger. A little bit of steak, some nice lean steak would do him good. Some extra animal source protein. I'd add some whey protein in. He needs all that stuff for his collagen synthesis, quite frankly, at this point. No, he wasn't actually in here. I went to his stream yesterday. Right? Just to say I was actually polite and friendly. I didn't start a fight or anything. I was in there being polite. You know why I was being polite? Because it's his stream. I'm not going to walk into someone else's stuff. I'm not going to walk into your house and be a dick. It's not my nature. You know? Because that's not cool. Even if you don't like someone, even if you don't get along with someone, when you're in another man's house, you carry yourself with a certain degree of respect. And someone's stream is more or less their house, right? You're walking into their home. You need to be at least decently respectful. Truth, bro, he needs some steak, etc. He can do G for P to get the money. I mean, he's putting stuff in his booty. He should be making plenty of money. And I mean, he's not denying. It's not like I'm even being a dick about it. You know, he's openly doing it. So he's making money. You were well received in the stream. I think I was probably okay received. I don't know. I always know how his fans took it. Vegan diets are awful. You don't need to eat much. Yeah, you don't necessarily need a lot of animal protein. He needs some, though. I mean, his injuries. What do you mean the water shift situation? Water's coming back down. I was eating low carbs. I added a bunch of carbs in my diet. I gained some water from it. Now I've cut the carbs back down, and so the water will shift. It's very straightforward. It's not complicated at all. Do you do that to other channels in the comments, or are you just talking about live streams? I don't understand the question. Well, the thing is, Alan, because I was in his stream. What's up with altering the carbs? I like to do high and low carb pages sometimes. I don't think that's an unusual thing in the lifting world. I remember when Vegan Gains challenged you to a fight, then immediately hurt himself lifting like a 1-plate squat. I know, right? Like, seriously? That's kind of like I said. It's like, Richard, I don't even need to know how to fight at that point. Box squat 500 pounds. I would probably, and if your tendons are that weak, I'd probably potato flop and accidentally snap your leg and then hurt myself in the process. Potato flopping around as an untrained fighter, you know. Do you blame guys like Joe Rogan for pushing nonsense like the carnivore diet and other fads like that? To some extent, yeah. And here's my thing. I don't like vegan, but if I had to objectively pick, I hate these scenarios. If you were forced to do one, right? Objectively speaking, carnivore is more unhealthy than vegan by any metric. Okay. So if we're going to talk about the worst possible fad diet for health, the carnivore diet pretty much takes the cake. I can't think of something more dangerous to long-term health that's ever been done as an actual fad diet than the carnivore. It is the worst. And that's just how I feel about it. And I feel that that's a fairly evidence-based statement. It didn't come on fast. And I mean, it should take at least a week, dude. Right? Like if you carb up and then you want to drop the glycogen, it's going to take about a week. I don't know, Jay Masters, but if he fell on somebody, Robert, if he fell on top of somebody, if Jay Masters fell on top of somebody who's so weak that a 185-pound squat is snapping their tendons, does he need to be able to throw a punch, or could he just fall on them? Like, could he just trip and slip on something and land on top of them and cripple them? Hey, Camp Bench, you clearly weren't listening to the vlogs, because I literally know how many days it was. Today is Wednesday. All right, see where I'm about to go with this? I quit carbing up on Sunday. Oh, I gained muscle. What are you talking about? Look at the size of my legs. Camp Bench, did you not catch the whole muscle memory? My legs blowing back up and squatting 500 again? Right? Look at my legs now. You're asking where that weight, what weight are we talking about? That was my legs, dude. Like, look at my quad, Tommy. Vegan Gains is still watching this. He's probably getting a hard on right now. He's probably like, oh my God, Coach Daddy Blaha. Probably just got a nice little cute 5-inch erection. All right, so who do you think will, let's see, apparently Jay Masters has bad breath on his dudes breathe. I don't know anything about that. Who do you think will win in a fight, NH or Vegan Gains? Considering the issue with the legs, I'm going to go with NH would probably win, but I don't think either one of them know how to fight. It's probably why do we care about untrained fighters fighting anyways? Like if we want to see people fight, I want to see two people who are legit badasses, right? Right? I want to see, Conor McGregor in the ring with, whoever, somebody who can fight. I want to see real fighters. No one wants to see a couple of untrained fighters flopping around. I don't. Let's see people who actually know what they're doing. Who cares what a couple of untrained fighters of who would win? All right. Hey, Kent, you're totally missing the mark on the number of days. That was months ago. That was last year. This is okay. Can't bench. This is 2025. Okay. You're talking about 2024. You do realize we're in the third month of this year. What are you talking about? I haven't weighed 210 at any point in 2025, not once. The lightest I've been is 215. So what are you talking about? You're clearly not following the timelines. What an idiot. You can't do math or follow a calendar. But let's get over to Ted, who's got a vlog here. Being vegan but recklessly threatening people on the internet seems like an instance of cognitive dissonance. Yep. All right. Let's get rid of, Cucky fan. That guy's a piece of work. By the way, that guy's been stalking me for 10 years now. That guy's a crazy, crazy ass stalker. All right. Like he's got weird pedophile fantasies and everything he writes about. Like he's a straight up legit pedo. So that guy I just got rid of literally writes pedophile fantasies about me. Straight up. He's been doing it for like 8 years. Whoo. We're just going to get rid of this guy who can't do basic math. So he's got to go too. Oh shit, we're past the hour. All right. Hey coach, I saw this guy bring his Nintendo Switch to the gym when he was doing cardio on the bike. Do you think that's distracting? No, not from bike cardio. It'll be fine. 10 years and longer did my relationships. People they do secretly love me. Actually, all the stalkers are in love with me. Like they are literally sexually obsessed with me. They're scared to do my OnlyFans. Like this is what's been leaked to me. A bunch of them want my OnlyFans, but they're scared to send the money because they think I won't send the pictures, even though I've sent out proof that I send the pictures. So they've got this because apparently they're saying $20 is a lot of money to them. So it's really weird. Like what they need to do, honestly, everyone who's obsessed with me like that, what they need to do is go pick up a second job so they can pay my OnlyFans. And they can buy stuff. They can buy daddy gifts on my Amazon, and then they can pay me to send degrading messages to them. Because they all are actually in the closet. Okay, all my haters, every one of them, they're all in the closet anyways about it. What they need to do is pay me $20 a minute to degrade them in voice chats while they fap to it. So if they all go pick up a second job somewhere, pick up some extra shifts, they can send me their money and I'll do all that. Bro, I have good ideas of what they want me to say. They want me to degrade them for their dirty fetishes and being attracted to men because that's their thing. Like they all want to be degraded. Like they would get off to it. Like they pay a lot. So they need to all go pick up an extra job and do that. In fact, Richard should probably just send me some of his money too. No, Alan, I'm a businessman. I'm trying to make money. I got taxes and stuff to pay. All right. Do you think they're angry you don't love them back? Of course. Of course. Kind of like when you reject a crazy chick and she tries. That's exactly what it is. All right. Or the biceps have sick vascularity. Coach, how do I get on that level? Just lower body fat, lose the straps, right? Do lots of cardio. Ted says, Jason, you're assuming these individuals are capable of holding down a job, let alone two with their afflictions. Valid point. Man, I didn't think that part through. You're actually right. I don't know. They could try. They could do something. I don't want to suggest criminal activity, but you do raise a valid point. Makes you wonder how many people are like that in the world. Pretty high percentage. Stalking you like a full time. When the reality, man, if they got some extra money, they could just pay me and get access. But some people appear to be normal. And yeah, a lot of them can put on a good act. I know at least one of them. I know where he works, and he actually has a good job. He has a wife and a kid, and he's a crazy, crazy obsessed stalker. And he's here in Texas, so he's got money. Like, I have his address. I mean, I know where several of them live at this point. I have full names and addresses of a few. Definitely the one like Eric is who I'm talking about. That guy, he's crazy, but he's got money. I mean, again, granted, he's got a family to take care of, but he's got a good job. He's actually got one of those he owns one of the little channels that makes stuff. Okay. Jason, high carb, low fat to keep fat gains away when bulking. I mean, the question becomes, do we really need to do that? I mean, when we say low fat on that method, Yorkie, I'm talking insanely low fat to pull that off. We're talking like 20 grams where that method doesn't work that you're talking about. How do you have high carbs and low fat? Lots and lots of rice. Yeah, you could eat tons of rice. Seriously. No, that would work. Chicken and rice. Genoa will not be discussing that person. Nor will I ever be speaking to that person again for the rest of my life. All right, done. Sometimes something similar happened with the sites. Recommend a high protein and high rice diet. Yeah, pretty much. No, the steak isn't going to work on something because there's too much fat. You got to get your fat down to like 20 grams. So basically, yeah, I mean, that sort of approach, literally. The stalkers is correct. I'm used to it. I've dealt with it for a decade, Jay. It's so normal to me that it doesn't really, it just is what it is. Okay, Gunner. So here's your option. Then don't try to do that sort of setup. So Janoy, why are you advertising for it in my comments? You're literally advertising. So bye. Come on, dude. So Gunner, then don't do that approach. So if you don't want to eat, if you're like, oh, this tastes terrible, I can't do that, then don't try to do the crazy low fat bulk on the high calories. Then just do a tiny, tiny, tiny lean bulk with a small surplus. Yeah, the cook's got to go. Whew. Jason, I posted various forums over the years and had a couple of weirdos stalk me. Yep, it happens. All right, guys. Oh, man, believe me, he's annoying. I've had to call the feds on him before. And yes, they really did investigate on him because he's that crazy. Dude, he is Looney Tunes crazy. Like, he's way crazier than the rest of them. Like, he is cray-cray. Like, I don't know how he's managed to not be institutionalized. Like, the guy is literally like a raving lunatic. Who, again, literally writes pedo fantasies about me and necrophilia fantasies. The guy who has got rid of the cup. Yep. No, he made an actual threat one time that was a legitimate threat that the FBI actually took seriously and investigated. They actually did, because it wasn't a joking around. It was actually credible. Hey, Alan, why would I care? Hey, Alan, in case you haven't noticed, my family love me, but they don't argue with me about my choices in life. They won't end well. They know that I'm just going to speak my mind. They know they'll see me at Christmas, because they will, and or whatever happens to be the next funeral or wedding or whatever. And they know not to talk to me about that or harass me about any choices I make. Because generally my response is going to be, you don't like how I do business, give me $100,000. What? You don't have $100,000 and shut the fuck up about what I do for business. Now you want to cut me a check, we can talk about it. And yes, I'm like that with my closest family. That would be my response. Be like, where's the check? Yeah, because they're being critical of something I do, Robert. I love my family. My family loved me. But they don't get to tell me how to run my business. So it is just business. So there's got to be that one family. No, they don't do that. No, there's not that one family. None of my family would do that because they already know how I'm going to respond. And actually, none of my family members, like you're saying, the millionaire, the ones who make money, they're not going to judge at all. Hey, Robert, what do you think my dad's advice would be? You want me to quote my dad at a business meeting? You want a direct quote? You want a Larry Blaha quote? Well, guys, if you're going to suck dicks, you might as well suck big ones. In the middle of a board meeting. So, what do you think my millionaire dad would say? He'd laugh about it. Be like, make your money. My dad would be the first to say $20 is $20. My dad would be the first to say, you didn't go hardcore, you could be making a lot more money. Why are you half-assing it? That would be my dad. You're making a fifth of the money you could be making. I didn't raise you that way. Yes, my dad has an accent. So, so what would my dad say? Ooh, you guys have clearly never met my dad. Some people making money. Yeah, for my dad. Yeah. Right? Exactly, Alan. That's not bad advice. I mean, you guys are literally going to talk about honor, and then you're it's like, yeah, dude, my dad will always put money before honor. Dude, my dad is working upper management at a major international corporation. I can promise you beyond any shadow of a doubt that he will put profits above honor. How many businessmen do you know in upper management at major multinational corporations who value honor and integrity over turning a profit? You're some delusional people. Yeah, I'm saying I love my dad, but he is not a nice person. That would be the last word anybody in the world would use. And he wouldn't even be upset with me saying that, by by the way. He's not going to get upset. People go, your son says that people think you're not nice. He'd probably laugh. He goes, no, I'm a fucking asshole. What are you talking about? That's what they would say. He goes, because I am. All right, that being said, that's enough profanity. It's time to wind it down, guys. So I hope it's been informative. I love all you guys and gals, and I will talk to you next time.